Alright guys, welcome back. You're watching the Rhythmic RSL 3. This is our second match of the day, Scarlett against GuMiho. And Scarlett did take the first game after some really nice hold of an 11-11 rush after she opened with 2 hatcheries, followed by gas, followed by pool. So that was pretty insane. And our second map is going to be Ohana. We are joined by Death Row today. And Death Row, do you want to announce the players?
Sure. And the top left from Canada, playing for Acer, Scarlett. And the bottom right from South Korea, playing for FXO, we have GuMiho.
Yeah, not bad. You're getting better at this, man.
Thank you.
We have a very early scout again by GuMiho here. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for some kind of 11 barracks again. But
Yep.
Again 11-11? Oh my god. You just failed it against like one of the builds it should be the best against, and you're gonna do it again?
But I think Scarlett's going to have an easier time this game, just because it's a map she's more familiar with.
Yes.
So she's going to have better Overlord placement.
Yeah, it was
Like
like
she's already going towards the double Rex.
but I guess what happened also in the last game is that it was looking so perfect for GuMiho because Scarlett couldn't spot the 2 racks very early on, and then she did a very greedy build. But then GuMiho couldn't spot the 3rd base of Scarlett, so it kind of backfired a bit, or like the tide turned, you know?
Yep.
And look at this Overlord. It's gonna fly right on top of those barracks. And this SCV should be aware of this Overlord spotting his barracks very, very soon. We're gonna have to see how GuMiho chooses to maybe diverge from his initial plan here. A second depot being made.
Do you think she knows? Because she moved the Overlord away. Like, she didn't go and...
Oh yeah, oh wow. Maybe the Marine would have been able to kill this Overlord, but she just moved, she knows.
Yeah, from the SCV that finished the rack, she knew already.
Yeah, that's really smart what just happened, man. I don't play Zerg, but if I did, I can promise you I wouldn't have moved that Overlord. Okay, anyway, this first Marine starting to get to work on those drones. There's so many of them. Scarlett right now with the very nice move, pulling almost every drone she has, going to be able to get one of those SCVs, get a cancel on that bunker. There's 2 Marines right now. She's going to start a spine immediately. A couple of Zerglings are making right now, as well as 1 Queen at the expansion, not 1 Queen in the main. So those drones, they just have to keep on buying a little bit more time until the Zerglings are out, the Queen is out, and those are going to buy time for the spine quarters, which basically is going to be the best thing against this rush. Oh, Scarlett maybe a little bit overextending right now, fighting with all of her drones. She's losing a lot of drones. She knows if she holds it, she will be in a great position, but I don't know, man. She just lost so many drones. She's down to 7 drones to the
those
12
SCVs. Buddies.
Yeah, 12 SCVs for GuMiho right now. I think if GuMiho was to send back his SCVs now and expand, it could be very decent for him. GuMiho gonna try to get this Queen. It does prevent the creeps from spreading, sniping that 2 more. Scarlett did not choose to inject because she was already so low on cash. And yeah, GuMiho is just gonna keep on making Marines, leave them in front of the base of Scarlett, and he's sending back his SCVs now. He knows he's killed so many drones that he's ahead economically. He just has to expand now, and he does make an expand. Scarlett spots this immediately, and she should go into heavy droning mode now. Oh, she tries to throw down another Crypto War, but GuMiho catches it immediately. And that's a big mistake actually, because I think GuMiho is just gonna save all of those Marines for some times, and once he has like maybe like 12 or 14, he's gonna move in and try to do some more damage. And instead of throwing down those 2 Crypto Wars, she could have had a transfuse for the spine quarters. So GuMiho right now,
it would have been really good for Scarlett to have a tumor. In the meantime, GuMiho is making a command center, still not adding gases. But he's really posturing for a good attack here, keeping the Marines. He hasn't lifted the barracks at all, just wants to put a lot of pressure on Scarlett.
And yeah, like I said, GuMiho massing a lot of Marines. Those 3 depots are up his ramp. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 3rd command center from him, just because he's feeling so safe. And oh, he's trying to get a snap on the Queen. He almost gets it. He's gonna get it. And those Marines, they move into a corner. They're gonna try to go back behind the mineral line. Scarlett would have to move to spine quarters, but they wouldn't be attacking for some time. And there's just so many Marines that she's in a very delicate situation right now. One of the spine is going to move, evidently, And I think Scarlett does not want those Marines to go up a ramp into her main base, so she's just going to keep on moving those spines very slowly, leapfrogging towards those Marines to take them out. And she's now mining gas. Speed has started as well. She's still mining from the gas, so we might see some bailing action here. GuMiho is a little bit stuck with his Marines here, and Scarlett is going to move in for the kill on those. GuMiho now flying back his barracks. He started a command center, a third command center at his ramp, and this is just looking so good for GuMiho, I think.
I really like what GuMiho is doing here. When you're playing TVZ and you're expanding, you really have to worry, especially in Scarlett's position, you really have to worry about laying or a bailing bust. But if you're going to wall off like this with 2 racks or 3 racks, or in this case 2 racks with a command center, you're really safe to counterattack. So I really like what GuMiho did here.
And Scarlett is going to poke at the wall of GuMiho for some time, try to get some damage done on this command center, but some Marines have now come out, and GuMiho is actually mining from 3 gases, so we might see some mech action here. Oh, actually no, he's adding 1 more barracks, and now he's finally adding his first factory, so he's going to be up to 3 barracks and 1 factory. But why is GuMiho mining from so many gases then? He has so much money, man. He could even throw down a 4th command center right now. Oh, GuMiho left a Marine so smart on the 3rd base of Scarlett. He's going to buy himself some time until Scarlett can finally make this 3rd hatch. Scarlett has been droning heavily, and she teched to lair very quickly, and she's already on 2 gases in the main, 2 gases in the expo, so we might have a 2-base Mutas here to try to maybe punish this greedy play from GuMiho with the 3rd command center and late steam. And steam,
yeah, I think it would be really good. She doesn't have that many options. Going Infestor in this situation wouldn't be that good. Because GuMiho is not going to move out of there, so of course the Infestor would have a lot of energy, but I think you're right, like the better option here is Mutas.
Yeah, but Scarlett's drone count is very low in this game. She's going to have to get a bit more drones before she starts making Mutas. Her economy is going to be so weak. GuMiho going to take his time, taking his 3rd base. He's still on 3 barracks. His starport is on the way. He's made 2 engineering bays, and he's upgrading 1-1 already. A bailing nest being added as well from Scarlett. It is made at the expansion. I think Scarlett hopes that GuMiho scans and maybe sees the bailing nest, and then he doesn't suspect the mutalisks. And GuMiho, he hasn't done much scouting. Besides his initial attack, he hasn't scouted anything actually. Not a single scan. He's spending all his money, all his energy on mules. And 1,800 income to 1,000.
What do you think about killing the rocks at the 3rd with the spine? Do you think that's too risky in case GuMiho goes for mech?
For mech?
Yeah, like in Scarlett's position, like those rocks are pretty pain in the ass when you're transferring workers and all. Do you think it would be good for her to kill the rocks with the spine, or if GuMiho goes for mech, that could backfire pretty?
Yeah, I mean, right now there is not much use for it, because if she kills them right now, it's not going to change anything. She can just as well send the drones to the 3rd, all the same. But later on, once she has some Mutas, maybe if she gets some momentum or some map control, she can kill them. But right now it will be useless. Okay. It's like making like a couple units, like maybe 2 warps of units, having expand as a Protoss and starting to snipe the rocks. It's usually useless. It will only help your opponents, maybe. Okay. We have a couple Mutas out on the map, 7 of them so far. 1 more is being made. 12 Zerglings as well. Bailing speed. We might have some kind of big timing being hit here by Scarlett. She's going to try to snipe one of the siege tanks up the ramp, and she's going to get it really nicely done here. Those mutalisks did take some damage, and 9 banelings are morphing right now. Did she scout that the 3rd was... Okay, she didn't scout that the 3rd was landed, but she's expecting it. She's moving toward the 3rd now, and GuMiho finally starting to attack those destructible debris. And I'm not sure if Scarlett is going to commit to this. She's making a lot of Zerglings and banelings right now. Actually, yeah, I think I just got my answer. At first, she just had a couple of banelings, and she had a choice to make. But now, she saw that orbital command flying here, and she was like, this is time, this is go time. And she just started making only Zerglings. Those are going to be rallied into the 3rd base of GuMiho, getting ready for a big bust. And GuMiho, he sneaked 1 medivac full of Marines to the base of Scarlett. This is going to be disastrous, maybe for Scarlett, if she cannot kill GuMiho during this attack. And she's actually just going to come back to defend. She was going to go for the big bust. I think she was kind of hoping that GuMiho will move out here, maybe take take out those destructible rocks and move down the ramp, but he didn't. He went for the counter-attack, which was very smart with his medevac, and now he's forced Scarlett's army out of position. He can just pick up those units and force the mutas to come back. There are only 3 of them, by the way. He could just drop all these units here. Okay, there is a couple more mutas here. They were getting rid of something else.
I'm really sad for Scarlett that she didn't pick the fort command center in the main of GuMiho. Like she harassed the depots that were on the edge, but she didn't see the fort command center. That would give her some extra knowledge of like how weak GuMiho was, and maybe she would have been a little bit more aggressive with the mutas.
Oh my god, look at these baning amounts.
Yeah, holy.
This is what we invented the term so many banings for. 24 banings in total here for Scarlett, and she's
40.
finally done it. She's forced GuMiho down his ramp. 46 banings. She wants to engage now, but GuMiho with the very nice micro steaming and pulling back, he's not going to have time to bring up the depots, and those banelings just blowing up everything right now. Those mutas, they have to stay alive. If Scarlett wants to have a chance, GuMiho has to split very well here. I think GuMiho might have enough. 75 supply for Scarlett, 89 for GuMiho, and I think GuMiho has done it. He's held his attack. He has a couple of Marines and some tanks alive. His Marines are already 2-1. They're going to be 2-2 in a second here. He has a force command center that he's not an orbital yet, but should be very soon. Scarlett's economy is so bad right now, 44 to 47, and she's still trying to put some pressure on with those Zerglings, but realistically, she knows she's in a really bad shape now, and so does GuMiho. Is going to push forward now. Man, those Marines 2-2, they're just going to laugh at Zerglings and banings.
I think 48 banelings were scary, but the timing was so late. She would have been better off when GuMiho only had like 1 tank. Because GuMiho had like 3-4 tanks, and they were like shooting at the banelings the whole time. The banelings were rolling towards the Marine. So by the time she got to the main group of Marines, she had no banelings left to clean up. And like you said, with the 2-2 upgrades, the Marines, they have a hard time dying, or they do a lot of damage rather.
Those mutas are going to shift those medivacs and get rid of them. Really nice hold here by Scarlett, but GuMiho is just so far ahead still. Scarlett's starting to work on her upgrades. Now she started 1-1, whereas 3 attack upgrades started for GuMiho. GuMiho just playing so well this game. I'm actually very impressed by him. And he does have +1 attack upgrade for his tanks. 3-3 now started for his Marines. And well, Scarlett is just so far behind upgrade wise. Couple Marines find their way into the third base of Scarlett. They're gonna snipe a couple drones. 27 drones were killed in total this game, which is a very good number obviously. Infestation Pit being thrown down now by Scarlett. Well, you know what they say, when behind Dark Shrine. You know what it is for Zerg?
When behind Infestor.
Infestation Pit, man.
No, when behind Infested Terran.
No, it's, well, fungal as well. Just Infestation Pit, man. Let's just
Sure.
leave it at that.
Alright.
Scarlett's working on making more links right now. She seems content with her 51 drones to the 55 SCVs of GuMiho. She just wants to get as much army out on the map as possible, and maybe win a big fight and win the game, but it will take a lot of mess up from GuMiho for this to happen, as he's up almost 50 supply right now, more than 40. And GuMiho is moving out on the map. A lot of units are being relayed. He's killed a couple of the Cryptomorphs, but Scarlett moves in as the creep is still available. Does she have enough? She snipes the first part of the army, but there is just so much for GuMiho. He has 76 army supply left to 23 of Scarlett. I don't think even 46 baning would be enough to kill this, maybe barely. But she's making 13 now, and GG is gonna be called.
Scarlett went for the best option possible. She went for when there was still creep and GuMiho was moving and was on siege. Unfortunately for her, upgrades were 2-2 to 0-0, and she just didn't have enough. She had a pretty poor economy the whole game. She tried her best, but it wasn't meant to be. After the break, we'll be right there with game number 3. It's 1-1. Stay tuned.